Say good afternoon. Sorry for the late start. My running group started kind of late today, so our streaming was pushed back. But we're here, and I know people are like, "What happened? You're supposed to be on at 8 o'clock in the morning." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." So, but today the running group changed, and so I had to adjust. But we're here. If y'all are wondering what happened to Storm and Rain, they're still here, drinking water. I prefer that they use water from their new water fountain out there. But as you can see, they still hadn't figured it out. This guy hates getting wet. This girl loves getting wet, but she's just a little bit apprehensive of initiating that water fountain thing. So, anyways, we didn't go for a walk this morning. And we hadn't been for a walk in a while, actually. So I'm having to make sure that my Cane Corso get exercise. So he's invariably wearing that heavy vest. Heavy meaning 6 to 8 pounds, I think is how heavy it is. But he's wearing that. So that means whenever they come out here play, they're going to kick up in a minute. You know, right now they're just kind of like relaxing. And it is the heat of the day. But my dogs, they don't care. Right, Stormy? You don't care. My Rottweiler does not care that it's hot outside. They love to play. Look at that walk, y'all. Anyways, my Corso, he's still acting like he's taking it easy, but he's probably conserving energy with that vest on. Come here, Rain. Come here, buddy. Show everybody yeah, there it is. There's my boy. Here's my boy. Look at that. He looks so cool with that vest on. All tactical. Yeah, you look all tactical, don't you? Yeah, I love this vest, y'all. I think it does its job. When my dog has just been really restless and trying his best to get everybody to play with him because he's needs to burn energy, slap this thing on him, and boom. Every little step he takes, it takes more effort. So he starts, oh, I bet this wind is pretty bad right now. Sorry, guys, I'm not wearing my microphone. I'm just using the phone mic. And usually when the wind blows, it's hard to kind of hear. So if you can't hear me, let me know. But anyway, so I love this vest for this dog here, particularly him because he's still a puppy. Look how big his head is, y'all. Oh, rainy bop. Anyways, so I love the vest. If you hadn't seen this before, all the thing it is basically these pockets with little weights in there. So, but they do their job, man. These vests do their job for you. So if you have an active dog and you're like, man, I can't get him to calm down and I don't have time to walk him, sometimes just throw a vest on him like that. And then every step that they take, they have to take some effort. These dogs don't do well if you don't exercise them. So if you don't do, if you don't get out there and walk them or do whatever, you gotta find ways to get them engaged. So now you're probably wondering, why is my Rottweiler? Okay, here we go. Watch this, guys. I got my water gun ready. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. They weren't really all that animated, but this is my new way of getting them to calm down whenever they're going overboard. Hey, Gojo. Dino, what's going on? Jackson, what's up? But yeah, this is my new way of getting them to calm down whenever they're getting a little overreactive with each other, because they will definitely play rough, and for the most part, look, it's all cricket on them. I gotta fix this. Sorry guys, hold on. They'll play rough, and then it just ends up being. I got a couple videos, short videos, where I have them. It starts off all like just them having fun, and then next thing you know, they're being serious with each other. So I'm trying to reduce that because I don't want my dogs to hurt each other. And I do get a lot of criticism, guys. Oh my God, I get so much criticism for letting my dogs play rough like that. Um, you know, for the most part, I get to a point where I'm like, nah, y'all have had enough of that. So that's what this is for. He's like, well, don't point that thing at me, Daddy. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Michael. Yeah, man, we've been kind of spotty. We've been going out of town lately, and so we're trying to be more consistent. Why though? You mean, hey Gojo, you talking about my water gun? Yeah, he's a good dog. Whenever you make them behave, they're good dogs. Why do they do that? Why do they play rough? Well, because that's in their nature. Particularly my Rottweiler, man. She has always been a very, very rough play dog. I mean, we had two Rottweilers. her brother, and the brother was really really mellow, loved him to pieces. But this girl here, she was almost annoying. How rough she always went, and I corrected her even as a puppy, y'all. I'd be correcting her, making her stop and bowl, and she just wouldn't. No matter how hard I try, she was always wanting to play extremely rough. She wanted to be the first. She wanted to be dominant, and that's just her. So I had to come up with ways to, exercise her, get her to calm down, and even with all those measures, Elmo, what's up? Um, she still has that really, really aggressive play. Thank you, Sumanjig. Those are some beautiful dogs. Thank you so much. Annie, Jesus loves you. Gojo, they are just dogs. They are just dogs, but you got to make sure that they don't hurt each other. They don't hurt themselves, I guess, or hurt you, right? So they're dogs, but these dogs need to be trained. I seen you at town a few weeks ago. I don't know if it was you, but it looked like you. Oh, really? It look like me? They're not just dogs. Oh, Lily says they're not just dogs. From my perspective, though I say that they are just dogs because the reason why I say that is you have to remember that they are dogs and not humans, and you can't treat them like a human. So the moment you lose sight on that is the moment you can set yourself up for failure. My dog is eating grass, y'all. Christian is from Australia. What's going on, Christian? Gojo fan, they don't know the difference. Hey, Ricardo, how you doing? Good morning. Well, it's afternoon. Sorry, 2 minutes afternoon. So good afternoon, Ricardo. How are you doing? Yeah, the dogs. These big dogs. If you now, some people will say, "Well, I've got a little dog, whatever," and I let my dog be a dog, and that's cool. When you have little bitty dogs, weight 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever, you can get away with a lot of stuff. They can be kind of bad behaved. Not that you should do that, but the impact on that is a lot less than it is for these dogs. If these dogs are bad behaved, you got a problem on your hand. How long have you had them? So Dino, I've had her for 4 years, and I've had my Cane Corso for 2 years. Australia? Not, yeah, it's nice when people from Australia. Now, here's the thing. My Australian people that come on, my fans, they always ask about cropping of the ears. And some of them get kind of militant. They're like, oh my God, you terrible owner. So that's the one thing I remember about Australians. They're like, it's banned here and you're just terrible for cutting their ears. And so I usually get into those topics with the Australian viewers. Lily, I know that they're just like humans. I'm just trying to say that they're really they're like therapy, so they're wild. Oh yeah, Lily. No. Don't get it twisted. I do love my dogs, and they do provide. They're pets. They're not like guard dogs or anything. They don't really truly perform a guard dog service. Now, do they have a natural propensity to guard their property? Of course they do. Can I take advantage of that? Of course. It's like a symbiotic relationship. They naturally protect what's theirs. But you got to remember that they're still dogs. And in the moment that you try to treat them like a human, like they're your equal, then you've gone down the wrong path. Ergo, the reason why I have this channel, guys. I mean, I really have this channel just to kind of show that distinction between, you can love your dogs, treat them with respect and love them, but realize that it's up to you as the owner to make sure that you treat them in such a way where they don't hurt themselves or hurt other people. And that requires training, and that requires sometimes not treating them like a human being, if you know what I'm saying. Gojo has a husky. Surprise, look at this wild animal. It looks like a wild animal with a vest, right? A wild disciple. Exactly, I hate when people with dogs breed dogs, act like a bite from a chihuahua is the same as a bite from yeah, Maurice. No, it's not the same, you know what I'm saying? And you got to treat these big dogs with respect, and you got to teach them respect. Surprise is like, are you sure that's a pet? Let me show you. Let me put my gun down first. I gotta put my gun down, y'all. Oh my God, are you gonna bite me? I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm not scared, guys. I'm just messing around. This is my dog. And look at this Rottweiler. My baby. This is my sweetie pie. Yeah. Now, you can't be afraid of your dogs, especially with feeding. You got to make sure that they understand that you're alpha and that this is my food that I'm giving to you because I love you, right? It's not your food and you got to protect it from me. You know what I'm saying? So if you've seen some of my videos, I'll just, make them wait for their food or put my hand in their food while they're eating to give them that sense, hey, look, I can take this food away at any time. Same thing with toys. If they got a toy, man, I will take that from them. Not being mean, but just sending the message home that, hey, you've got to know that I'm alpha. The moment that you forget that is the moment that it's going to be problems for me and my family. So, anyways, you guys know that if you're not new, I've talked about this stuff a lot. Dreamin says with these dogs, you have to be strict, no games, edge to you. Absolutely, Dreamin. That's the thing. And I'd say that's probably the number one thing when people want these big dogs but don't do the research. They think, okay, I've had a small little dog before, and they didn't learn how to train the little one, and they try to jump into the big leagues, and the next thing you know it, they just realize that these dogs can be dangerous. They can be dangerous. An untrained big dog like this can actually be dangerous for you and your family. Dreamer says, silly boy. Yes, I like huskies, but they are crazy escape artists. I bet they are. Can you teach me because I have a pit bull? So Abby, here's the deal. I'm not a trainer, but I talk about being a pack leader a lot on my channel. So I am the pack leader. My wife is a pack leader. My daughter is a pack leader. My dogs have to respect all of us as pack leaders, meaning that anytime that my wife or my daughter or or me says you need to get down or you need to get in your kennel or you need, stop playing with that or stop biting, whatever, they have to obey that. That's for our own safety. Because if he says, you know what, I disagree with you, this is my toy, he will turn and bite me and say, no, stay away from my toy because it's mine. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem, right? Because you don't want this guy to bite you. I mean, look at the size of this guy. Let me show his teeth. Look at this guy's teeth. Do you want that? Do you want that on your, do you know what I mean? Do you want that to bite your, I mean, he'll take my hand clean off. If he doesn't understand that, that I'm alpha and he says he wants to play with that toy and I said no, that dude would bite my hand off in defense of what he wants. So that's a dangerous situation, yo. So what you're seeing here, just all this compliance, this is just basically us being on them and training them from day one. Like I said, I'm not a dog trainer, but I do know that you cannot let these dogs be, think that they are alpha in the house and you're like secondary. So anyway, there you go. So that's my spiel there. Who's Nate? Is that how you say your name? Who's Nate? Khaled says, put your hand in his mouth, see what he does. I just did that. Look at that. There you go. How's that for you? This dog looks just like you, homie. Oh, that's actually a compliment because I love the way my Cane Corso looks, man. He's pretty awesome. So thank you for that compliment. So Dreamer is talking to Abby there. Michael Smith, not all big dogs need the same training. Guardian breeds are special. So yeah, Michael, it all depends on what you're going for. So my dogs are pets, right? These are pets. These are house pets. They stay inside the house. They're not true guard dogs. They don't live out here. They're not trained to bite on command. They're house pets. So their level of training that I do with them is really mainly just to keep my house safe. All right. Am I out here doing all these obstacle courses and making them stand on stuff and making them lay down and roll over? I could do all that, but I don't have the time for that. So when I do spend my time with them, it's always training for making sure that we stay safe. And that's just whether I take, like, if she's really interested in what she's got over there, I'll take that from her. She should not bark at me. She should not growl at me. Now, one thing about Rottweilers, they will growl at you. So, if I give her a hug, she doesn't like that. But she won't necessarily bite me. She'll growl at me, and while she's growling at me, she'll lick me. You know what I mean? But she's not truly gonna bite me. At least not yet. Good kiddos. He looks as clever as you. Aw, thank you. That was from Leon. Jam Up Designs. Can you shout me up? Aiden, what's up? Are you still here? Say something, Aiden. Tavon says, that's a big dog. James Chambers, yee yee. He's a Cane Corso. Yes, it's definitely a Cane Corso. Guard breeds have a natural nature closer to that of a wolf rather than a domesticated dog, pet dog. So I will say, Dreaming, that my Cane Corso acts a little different than my Rottweiler. He tends to not crave human affection as much as she does. Sorry about that wind, y'all. Please let me know if this is too much. I could try to run in and go get my microphones. I hate having internet and audio problems, but it happens. You know what I'm saying? So just let me know. But he does have, like, he has a point where he's like, all right, I had enough rubbing. He'll just walk off. You know, very similar to like a wolf would. Or you know how people talk about those. What do you call those wolf dogs? What do they call them? Come on, y'all, help me out. What are the dogs that are like closer to wolves? Mixed breed with dogs. Wolf dog. What is it called? Anyways, those dogs are known for not having really strong attachments to human beings. People own those dogs, but they know that there's a certain amount of affection that you're going to get from a wolf slash dog. So he's closer to that than I think my Rottweiler is. My Rottweiler, she loves my attention, loves and craves it. So him, on the other hand, sometimes he can leave it, take it or leave it, but that's okay. Abby says she got a big dog there. Hey, lady. Yeah, Michael, very awesome family pet. So that's the reason why we went for a Rottweiler, because they're known for being great for families. He's good because he's got a good temperament. Very, very, very gentle dog, with the exception of if you're not treating him in a way that he understands that you need to be respected. After that, all bets are off. This guy can be possessive of something, and he can actually bite you, and that's happened. Blue Note, sir, what do you do for a living? Really like your videos. Oh, thank you, Blue Note. I appreciate you. I am actually, I'm in the Air Force. So, of course, and my job is in the hospital. So, yeah. Are you talking about a husky? No, Gojo. Or Gojo, who are you talking to, me or somebody else? Yes, their nature is to be a lot more independent, directly correlates with not wanting to the attention. Exactly. Dog wolf. He's still young. He'll learn how to grow out of it. Yeah, so Dreaming, that's kind of what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that he matures over the years and kind of start mellowing out more, because a lot of this is puppy stuff. And I will say, we had more time when we got the Rottweilers. Stormy, come here. Storm. I think she's over there chasing lizards, y'all. Storm, come here, baby. Come here. Don't get distracted. Come on, baby. What was I saying? Yeah, so she's, we had more time with her. And so we did a lot of agility stuff when she was a puppy. But she's mellowed out wonderfully, y'all. She's such a joy to have in her older age. She still plays rough, guys. She still has that rough, and that's why we got the Cane Corso, because we needed a dog that can handle her rough play. But she is such a wonderful, just a wonderful house dog, y'all. Love her to pieces. Hey, Zaza, yes, I do remember. Thanks for coming back. That's why I carry gun. Oh, no, I don't know. What do you mean? Is how you say name? Kaibalon? Now for me, I do carry, because my dogs are not, like I said, they're not guard dogs. So I need to, if I'm gonna have to protect my family, I need my protection for that. Gojo says, I like your videos. Thank you, Gojo. And you were talking to me about the husky. Yeah, no. I wasn't talking about huskies. I'm only talking about my dogs. Let me go find where they're at. Gotta get the gun, y'all. Air Force in the hospital. That's awesome. Any elaboration on your job? Oh, Dreaming wants to get down to the nitty gritty. Specialized training, sir. Specialized training. The one I have now is 2 years, and he's honestly the most hard-headed of them all. And the ADD is one on another level. Yeah, that's the thing. Dogs have their own personality, right? I mean, you have one dog that's really chill, one dog that's a little bit more, like you said, ADD. You just got to deal with what you got, right? Roll with the punches. That's why he's got on the vest and she doesn't, because he's got way more energy. Well, of course he is young. I'm not gonna say it's all because he's the breed, but he is young. He's a youngster. Coach says my husky's 3 years old. Oh, okay. Tavon, what's up? Siberian husky, love it. So Zaza, let me see. She may be able to do it still. Give me your paw. Here, let's make her sit first. Storm, sit. Good girl, good girl. Paw. Good job. That's a good paw. Good girl. Paw. Good girl. That's a good girl. Let me give you some love, and you are such a good girl. Yeah. So this girl, man, I'm telling you, my Rottweilers are really good dogs, y'all. Don't sneeze on your Rottweilers. Do not sneeze on the Rottweilers. Varela says, "Wish I had dogs." Yeah, I mean, dogs are wonderful. Now they're a lot of work though. Michael Smith says, "Yes, sir." Pat Ham's cute dogs. Thank you so much, Pat. Only asked because I work in the medical field. I once considered going to OCS at one point. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm an officer, and yeah, I do work. I work. I'll tell you this. I work in pathology. So yeah, that's my field. Inactive. Why? Wait. Why not? What do you mean? Why not? My second rot was more like a lab. Ah. Hey, what's going on, Nathan? Let's see if we can make. I don't think I can make the Connie Corso do the paw thing. He may. Right now, he's really like wearing this vest, and he's like, I'm chilling right now. Why? Oh, wait. Why don't you sneeze on a Rottweiler? Oh, I'm just so inactive. I'm just talking about maybe there's a couple ways you can say that phrase. Don't sneeze. Don't snooze. Don't sleep on a Rottweiler. So basically, what I'm saying is that people, say I don't like Rottweilers, and I'm like, they're a great family dog. So I didn't mean that literally. Don't sneeze. You know what I mean? He loved everything and everyone. Cool. Pat, do you play Call of Duty? Pat, I haven't played Call of Duty in a long time. My cousin is at my house. Cool. Lorax, does your dog support Israel or Palestine? So Lorax, my dog doesn't know though the difference between Israel or Palestine. But I will tell you, my dog doesn't like people to be oppressed or people to be harmed. So we'll keep it like that. Dreamer says, "Oh, okay, nice. I work in the OR as an anesthesia supervisor. Okay, I know some of the nasty stuff we send your way." Dream, when you're getting down to the real stuff, yeah, man. We, I enjoy, that kind of stuff. That's what drew me to the field in the first place, because, I like to see the tumors and the cancers and stuff like that. So now I do that for a living. Well, two, they are babies. One is newborn. Oh. Thank you, Inactive. Anatolian Shepherd, Pit Bull, 9 months. I've never heard of an Anatolian Shepherd. Huh. Is that like a variation of like a German Shepherd? Pat, what games do you play? I got to be honest with you, Pat. I just don't have a lot of time for it. And I've been thinking about trying to figure out how to get into the 2K games. Because I miss, thinking about basketball. And a lot of times you don't learn the players until you play the games. Then you start knowing the players very, very well, especially if you don't have time to watch that much TV. Daddy's home. What's up, Appraised? Lorax, good answer. Basically, your dog is educated as the average American European. That's awesome. Find something you enjoy makes the world a difference. Absolutely. I love my work. It doesn't even feel like work most of the time. It's awesome, brother. Thank you for what you. No, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. That conversation, Dream. And yeah, you have to find what you can. A lot of people find things that they're passionate about and they can make money from it. And that's why I like doing YouTube. Not saying I'm making a lot of money from this, but I do. My dogs is kind of a passion of mine, right? It has nothing to do with all the years that I've trained to do what I do for my day job. And I like it and all, but if I could make the same money being with my dogs, guess where I would be at? Don't get me wrong. I feel fortunate to help, patients and people through what I do for a living. But and I do value that a lot. If I'm able to help one person live a better life because of what I do for a living, I just think that that's a wonderful thing. And because I got that kind of, I'm kind of one of those, I don't know, humanist kind of person. I really believe in making sure that we do everything we can just to be kind to each other. You got it. You know what I mean? What do you think about a husky? I think huskies are cool. They're pretty vocal, right? I don't know if that's good for our family. I mean, I don't really like howling and barking all the time. You know what I mean? And that's one nice thing about these dogs. She's pretty vocal when she's playing, but when she's not playing, she's really kind of quiet. And he's super quiet, y'all. My Cane Corso, you don't hardly hear him say anything. Oversized bite cuddle monster. Oh, I never look, man. Praise, I never seen the dog like that. Gojo, I just say, my dogs. I say funnily in joke that they call me Pops. Storm's dad, Rain's dad, all that kind of stuff. I don't say my name. I know a lot of people do that, but I don't do that. I hear you. I think if I had another avenue to live off of, I might still take a call shift here and there and go into the big trauma cardiac pediatric rooms. My second, yeah. That would be so nice. It would be just a hobby at the moment. Yeah, no. I look dreaming. But for my field, you have to continue to practice, right? And that's the thing. If you don't do enough of it, you're really not helping people. You know what I mean? Because there's so many things to remember, so much new stuff that comes out, and if you don't keep up with that, you're not doing the best for your patients. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you got to be kind of all in, or kind of like, or you kind of be subpar in my mind. You know what I mean? Because if there's something available to help somebody, a patient out, and you're unaware because you work once every month, you know what I mean? And now all the patients are getting this treatment, whatever, and you ignorant about it, and you working on old school knowledge, are you helping your patients by at that point? So you know what I mean? There's a threshold you got to maintain. So my other passion is music. So matter of fact, I've written some songs or clips. I'm gonna say clips because I don't want to say songs. I don't want to mislead anybody, but I write these little clips for my dogs. So I did one with her and then the one with him, and I did one with Missy. So that's all original music. That would be my other passion. If I could make a living off of that, y'all, that would be that would be the dream. But I'm just kind of risk averse. You know what I mean? I'm not all about like throwing away a solid career. And I know in this world, but to me, when you have a fam and kids, whatever, you got to be careful what you do. So, anyways, I'm not trying to put my family through all that kind of stress. So I love my hobbies. I get on the keys every now and then. Ain't that right? I'll be blasting that music. Some same with anesthesia. We have some old timers that struggle a lot. Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what I mean, right? They get left behind. You don't do it enough. You don't. I mean, and it's not fair to your patients. That's the thing that I'm concerned about. Like, it's good that you can have fun to go do your job every now and then, and it's good that you keep some of your skills up, but are you really helping people at that point? Are you really helping people? Because if everyone else goes to this doc or whatever, and they know about this treatment and they're having success and you're ignorant of that, you're giving your people subpar treatment. You know what I mean? So that's just a thought of mine. So if you're gonna be in the game, you got to be in the game. Glorious purpose. I have a beautiful dog, and it's been awesome to see them here. I'm just curious, what is the vet's reason as to why your lovely Rottweiler wears more on the lateral digits as opposed to their mid? Okay, say that one more time. Let me read that again. What is the vet's reason as to why your lovely Rottie wears more on their lateral digits as opposed to their mid? I don't know the answer to that question. I mean, it sounds like what you're asking is when they stand, maybe they're on the lateral digits as opposed to the medial digits. Is that like an anatomic question that you're asking me? That it's a little bit. Maybe you clarify it a little later. Andrew, cool. Ah, what's happening there? Latin ones is okay. Let me read the rest of it. LAL ones, is that what makes it hard to do nail trimmings? I promise you, I'm not coming at you for the length of the nails. I have to understand how hard it is to maintain it. Yes. Oh, okay. Are you talking about just the wear of how the nail pattern is? You got your dog sleeping right beside. Sorry, I had to spread it over a few messages. My bad. Okay, yeah. Medial ones, my bad. Yeah, okay, so anatomically speaking, medial, lateral, right? So if this is on the outside, that's the lateral, this is the medial. So it sounds like you're saying that the medial ones are more wear and tear. So it has probably has something to do with anatomically how the dog is. But and you're right about the length of my dog's nails. But so she hates it. But the problem is that when I kind of let him go too long, her wick starts to go further down the nail. I don't think I can show you that. So I have to be slow. I have to slowly progress backwards. You know what I mean? Like over time. So this is probably as far as I can go now. But hopefully next week or so, I'm gonna try to take it back just a little bit more until I can get it to get it back to where it is. But it's gonna be a process. I'm back. Sorry, I had to spread it over a few messages. Yeah. LOL, 100% great convo. Thank you. Two of my favorite things, doggos and work. Yeah, I'm telling you, Dreaming. That's what's up. That's where it's at. These puppies. For me, it's like puppies and my music. And my job is cool too. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I do like what I do for a living. And I enjoy the challenge it took to do what I do. That's just I'm pretty proud of that. Even though I don't talk about it a lot, I am very proud of that. The media ones, yes, sir. I'm asking that. Yeah, no, Glorious. I'm not quite sure if that's just the anatomical thing, the way they're made, to where you're gonna have more medial wear and tear than lateral, or the way they walk. I'm sure the gait changes depending on what dog you have, but that's a very specific question, and I'm a little bit. Yeah. It's a struggle. Yeah. So I'm sorry, Glorious. I don't know all of all that, and I'm not a vet. Don't get me wrong, guys. I never went to vet school, so there's gonna be some questions. I'm like, I gotta forward on to somebody else and I usually have people come on that are very, very knowledgeable, that are either dog trainers that have had these breeds for years, and they usually help me fill in the gap. Speaking of which, I wish Paul was able to jump on. Paul Z, he's a moderator and also very great follower and awesome dude. I was gonna try to tell him my new development, and I'll tell you guys too in a minute. Let me get this comment. How would I apply for a loan for what? My parents passed away, and I was chance to. Oh, sorry to hear that, but that's an interesting question, and it's not quite dog related, but I don't know. Same here, sir. I know what you mean. Claw me my way up from a housekeeper in the OR over a span of 11 years. Oh, wow. Here, OR anesthesia leadership. I don't even believe it's. Yeah, man, dreaming. It's something that you look back over the years and what you've accomplished. And sometimes you have to do that to keep yourself encouraged. Because if not, you'll just kind of the day-to-day humdrum can just kind of overtake your mind and make you depressed. So you got to step back and be like, man, I've accomplished a lot in life. And so, and perspective is everything. When I look out and I see, everything that my wife and I built out here, I, and I'm in my early 40s, so I'm not like an old guy, but I'm not young either. But I'm very thankful. Sense of gratitude is a wonderful thing. Even to have these dogs, because these dogs are not cheap, y'all. And I don't mean buying the dog. I mean like upkeep, between their vet bills, between their food, between any little thing that comes up. Toys, just anything. It's not cheap, y'all. So I'm just very thankful to be able to do that, to be able to work, to have had the ability to take care of these dogs. So thank you, Dreamin'. I appreciate you. So let me go ahead and tell you what I wanted to tell Paul. So hopefully when he comes on, I'll let him know. But Paul has been amazing. Let me tell you why. Because my Connie Corso, he was a little bit, let me go show you. Show his face. Come here, big boy. He's my big boy. You check my big boy. I love this kid. But let me tell you, he was thanking y'all. Like we brought him from the breeder, and you know, he just kind of, you know, had this, you know, whatever smell at the time. And it was okay. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying it was just he had his odor. And then we like kept feeding him this kibble, and we're like, dang, he just still kind of, you know, wash him, and we still kind of has a smell to him, you know. And so Paul was like, maybe it's his diet. Maybe he's eating something that's just, yeah. He even knows it. He's like, yeah, that was it, Dad. Maybe he's eating something that his system doesn't agree with, or he's kind of allergic to. And I think we kind of narrowed it down that it's most likely the high level of maybe chicken ingredient in this kibble. And so, so people kept asking me, do you feed your dog raw? And I keep hearing about raw diets and stuff like that. And I've been wanting to try. I've even been wanting to make my own kibble, because it's possible to make your own kibble that doesn't have any processed foods. You know, it's something that you can make yourself. And so, hey Maria, and but the raw diet has kind of been stuck in my brain. And so Paul was like, hey man, you might want to check out your local butcher. And sure enough, y'all, I went and found my local butcher, and he was like, yeah. Just come, bring your bag. As long as you buy some food from us, you know, we'll hook you up with some raw food for your dog. And it's basically leftovers, the pieces that, you know, they don't want to sell, but it's still wonderful for them to eat. And so Monday, tomorrow, we're gonna go and maybe get our first batch of y'all. I'm gonna try to go out there where my Rottweiler is, and I'm hoping the internet stays on. But let's see if it stays on. But you know, I'm gonna get some fresh raw food for my dogs, and I think my wife said, you know, her idea is maybe let's keep it mixed with just in case, you know, because we don't want our dogs to have any nutritional deficiencies. And so her idea was, you know, let's just see if we can keep. Where did she go? Stormy, how's the internet too, guys? The internet's okay. Let's keep, you know, the baseline kibble, you know, maybe cut it in half or so, and then add raw to their kibble. You know, that way, if we are kind of nutritional, if the raw is a little bit deficient in some things, maybe the kibble would kind of cover that until we're able to either transition fully to raw or just can maintain the mixture. So I'm super excited about being able to get some of that fresh from the butcher, and that's locally sourced meat. So it's not anything that's been processed and shipped, you know, all that good stuff. So I'm really super happy about starting my dogs on a potentially raw slash kibble diet. Yeah, dreaming. It's the vest. I think the vest is like he knows that he has to expend more energy. So I think he's just proactively kind of like taking it easy, whatever. But listen, don't shortcut the process, boy. I have that vest on you to burn the energy, because if not, this is what he'll do. I'll take it off of him, and then he'll act like everybody needs to play with him right now. So he'll go in the house and he'll pester my wife, he'll pester me, he'll hit me with toys, he'll hit my wife with toys. Like he's not maliciously hitting me, but he'll like nudge me real hard with the toy with his big. It's weighted, yes. It's about 6 pounds. You know, it's not too heavy, but you know, it's enough for him to be able to run and play with it and not hurt his joints or anything like that. It's just enough to burn extra calories. My Rottweiler, she's on an adventure. She's looking for some, probably looking for some lizards, man. She finds all kind of stuff out here. But the other thing is, I'm hoping that, so my Rottweiler has been kind of experiencing some joint issues. I'm gonna still walk away. Please let me know when the internet drops, because my goal is I just installed some outdoor Wi-Fi router there. So I want to be able to walk around my yard when the dogs walk away and still maintain the stream. So please let me know if I drop. I'll go back towards the router. Hey, big girl, what you doing? What you doing? What are you doing? You get my sweetie? She's been having some issues with her joints, and I've got a couple long videos that I talk about that, where we took her to the vet and had x-rays and stuff like that. And we made a concerted effort to try to slim her down. You see how she doesn't have a whole lot of fat on her. Some people criticize, oh, your dog is fat. No, my dog is not fat. I mean, she's got fur on her. She's a little bit more furrier than you would think, but she's not really all that fat. But the idea was maybe having excess weight. Let me show you from the top angle. She's not bulging. You know what I mean? That's just kind of that long fur from the Rottweiler. But anyway, she's good to go. But we're trying to reduce a lot of the pressure on her joints. But one of the side effects that I'm hoping, fingers crossed, is the raw diet will also add a little bit more value, add a little bit more joint protection for her. That's the hope. I don't know, but I want to see. So we're gonna start them on that, and I don't plan to do like every single meal is raw. That's not what I'm going for. Maybe take it slow, like maybe one meal a week or a couple meals a week with raw included in there. Oh yeah, thanks, Dreamer. Thanks for the subscription or the subscribe, however you say it. Thank you so much. Yeah. So but yeah, so I'm gonna try to add in that and watch how they respond. I wanna, cause she takes a anti-inflammatory like a carboprofen, and to help out with the joint pain. And so I've been trying my best to take her further down as possible where it controls the pain, because I just don't like giving my dogs daily anti-inflammatory medication. Now, if she needs it, I understand. But if I can, change her diet or do anything to drop her weight where she doesn't have to need the medication or need less of the medication, I think all the more better. Same for humans. I don't want to be on medication all my life. If there's a way to eat healthy and, exercise, whatever, and be off medication, that's where I want to be, So same for my dogs. But, my theory, again, I think processed foods is a lot worse than what people think. So you said earlier, go buy SRD, Storm and Rain's dad. There you go. SRD. Call me SRD, Storm and Rain's dad. I like it. My Rottweiler's just going around the pool. I think that processed foods has an impact on humans, and I think they may have an impact on our dogs. I know, the vets will tell you that, and I'm not saying I don't discredit vets. I think that they're wonderful, but they'll tell you that, the science has been done to make sure that kibble has everything your dog needs, and we've trusted that. Somebody said nah. Emma said nah. Yeah, SRD. It almost sounds like Shepardy. What is Shepardy? That ravioli. SRD. But the vets will tell you that the kibble has everything your dog needs, and I for the most part, probably agree with that. But is it optimal for your dog? Is it optimal for their joints? Is it optimal for their overall health and smell? You know what I mean? So I don't know that the science has worked out for every single dog at every moment. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes we have to kind of go a little bit outside the kibble norm, and just by switching up his foods, taking away the chicken, adding the more of the beef from his meals, has helped his smell. So I can only imagine what it will be like when he has raw in his diet. I mean, I'm looking forward. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, y'all. I'll let you know. I'll stay on here, and I'll probably try to just make a shorts video or a regular long video. I usually don't make a lot of long videos because I just don't have the time. But anyway, does wet food or human food good for dogs? So Crystal, human food, no, unless you're on some like natural food maybe, but my dogs do not take human food. I don't give them human food. Here's the exception. If I get ribs, I'll give them the bones, and usually the bones is like a treat for them. So they usually have, for me, I make them sit, or I use it more like a training tool. So in other words, you can have it, but you need to work for it. So and I think that's cool, but I don't sit here and like take my human whatever we have at the table and just dump it in their bowls. Nah, not at all. They may get a morsel of meat. So in other words, if I tell you to, get away from the table, because they're not allowed to be at the kitchen table. Hopefully the internet stayed on when I go between the when I go between the yard Wi-Fi and the house Wi-Fi, sometimes it drops. But you know, I don't give my dogs table food, human foods. Now I'm hoping that the raw food will be good for my dogs once we start. But fingers crossed on that. So Dreamin says he sticks to high quality whole food kibble and feed raw loaded bowls 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah, there we go. That's where I want to be, Dreamin. Primarily the kibble, just for the base things that they put in there for the joints and for all the micronutrients, and then add in a couple times a week the raw foods. Now, if my dogs take to the raw and I see that it's benefiting them and they're good for, you know, that's all they need, I have no problem, especially since my butcher is willing to give me the food. He's willing to give me the scraps, you know. Now I don't know, I've got to see what he gives me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to just be like giving him stuff that I can't identify. Where's my Rottweiler? Come here. Come here, baby girl. Come here, sweetie. My Cane Corso went in the house. I don't know if y'all saw him or not. He went in the doggy door. Uh-oh, she found something. 12th man, long time no see. Yes. It's been a while since I've seen you. She's chasing lizard jaw. Can y'all see that? Dreamin, my loaded bowls usually include raw beef, chicken, raw egg. Yes, eggs. Blueberries, a fourth normal portion kibble, 1 heavy spoonful of Greek yogurt. Okay, and a drizzle of chicken broth and with honey. I like it. I like it. Stormy. Come here, baby. There you are. Come here, Stormy. You want some water? Come get some water. Come here, baby. Let's see if she gets it. Now that Rain's in the house, I'm going to use this opportunity for her to train her, because I think Rain messes her up when she's trying to get some water. Come here, baby. Step on here. Get some water. Let's see, guys. Is she going to do it? No. Step on it. Come on, baby. Give me your paw. Give me your paw. Oh, did y'all see that, y'all? Give me your paw. Give me your paw. Give me your paw. Give me your paw, sweetie. Give me your paw. Y'all, oh, that was almost, guys. Did you see that? Oh, I didn't even grab her foot that time that she walked off. But that was so close. That was the first time I seen her just put her foot on there. Now, I did say the man gave me the paw, but that was the closest I've seen her use it without any help from me. I'm super happy about that. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Once it clicks in her head, I think she's gonna be able to get fresh water, y'all. And I like this better than the bowls that we have out, because it's fresh. It's coming right out of the faucet. And oh my gosh, it's coming from filtered water. Not filtered, it's soft water. We have a water softener. And so my outside spigot is soft water. So it's good water, y'all. Come here, baby. Let's see if she'll go through the water hose. Nah, she's gonna walk around. Come here, baby. Here, you wanna play with this? We're gonna make Rain jealous so he comes back outside. Yeah, here you go. You wanna play? Yeah. She's like, it's hot, y'all. My dog doesn't want to play. Aw, you don't want to play with your octopus? Here you go. Ooh. She is not in the playing mood, y'all. Look at that dog. She's kind of wandering. She normally doesn't wander like this. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, I like the combination Dreaming. David says, what's your horse's name? How do you leash train your dog? So Crystal, I leash train my dogs mainly through their walks. That's I do a lot of training when I walk my dogs. Every time I walk my dogs, it's a literal training time for me and for them, because I mean, why pass up an opportunity to train your dog? I mean, and that's the thing you have to know when you have dogs like this. Pretty much every day is a training day. Oh, here he comes. There's a big boy. I knew you were gonna come back out, because this guy has got FOMO really bad. He's got FOMO. He's afraid of missing out on any and everything. So he's not going to stay in the house very, very long if I'm outside or we're outside, because he's like, oh my God, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? But yeah, so So when I do my when I take them for the walks, number one, I don't allow my dogs to pull me. They don't walk ahead of me. They walk beside me, and when they don't walk beside me, I give them correction. So there's a little bit of negative reinforcement when they're not appropriately walking with me, and and usually that's all I need is to give and I keep my leash fairly loose until they get ahead of me, and then when as that leash gets tighter because they're pulling ahead of me, that's when I give that short little jolt of correction, and then they come back and they know that, and I usually tell them come back, to give them the verbal cue. So now I do have to use. I shouldn't say have to, but in most cases, I have to use the prong collars with these guys. And I'm going to tell you why. He still has a very high prey drive. And my Rottweiler, to an extent, yes. So that means that if a stray dog is out in the community or the neighbor lets their dog come out in the yard, it's off leash, my dogs has a strong propensity to go after that. Rainy Bob, come stay with us, buddy. Stay with us. Oh, darling, stay with us. So I need that prong collar just as extra, and I don't use it the whole walk at all unless I have to. Do you know what I mean? Meaning when my dogs are saying, no, we're going to go after this other person's dog, regardless of what you say. And I'm going to say that is incorrect. You're not going to go after the dog because I say so. You're going to continue this walk because I'm in charge of this walk. And so the prong collar is just a little bit of added measure. So when they do decide to do their own thing, I can use it as another measure of negative reinforcement. Now, occasionally I'll have a positive reinforcement. I'll have the treats with me so I can, when they do come back, I can reward that behavior. But yeah, so that's how I use do the leash training with them. It's mainly all done with their walks. Come on, baby, stay with us. Stay with us, big boy. You got that big old head. You got to stay out here with us. Y'all look at them eyes. I'm always amazed at the way he looks. But Crystal, that's how I leash train him, and I definitely do it every time we walk. Cambry Brown. You know what? Your thumbnail looks familiar. Were you here like a couple streams ago? Like you've only been on one other time, right? When's the best age to train them when they listen? When is the best age to train when they listen? Crystal, I'm gonna tell you, the moment that your dog comes home, training begins. It begins the very moment that you meet your dog. I'm not gonna lie. You don't take breaks with these dogs. You don't take breaks. There is no days off with them, especially with these big dogs. There is no time where you don't train them. And I don't mean that I'm in serious like train mode with treats every time you see me with my dogs. I'm saying that everything that we do is somewhat of a training. You know what I mean? Like even when I call my dogs in the backyard, you may not think a whole lot of it, but that's a part of their training, recall. And so every now and then I'll just call them here and make sure that they obey, or I'll take a toy from them just to set boundaries and reinforce those boundaries. I'm not being mean to my dog. It's a training. It's just like maintaining that level of control with your dogs is important. So, but yeah, and that starts day one. Day one. Yes, it does. Jake says, is he dying? No, he's not dying. Or you mean my Rottweiler? No, she's just laying over there in the dirt. They love laying in dirt. I've been trying my hardest to get the dirt from away from my dogs and try to, put grass out here so they don't have dirt to lay in, and they still find dirt to lay down in. Crazy Mild VR. What's up? I can see your doggies. Again, I was here last time. Oh, yeah, I do remember you, Crazy Mild VR. I'm the girl whose grandfather has a ton of dogs from the last. Oh, Cambry, I do remember that. Yes. Thanks for reminding me. Welcome back. I was a 10-year-old here last time. Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember you, Crazy. No worries. How do you stop them from digging? Oh, and Crystal, that's a hard one because I don't know if I've effectively been able to stop my dogs from digging 100%. I discourage when I find them digging. Here's the thing. You can't correct a dog later. If you can't catch them in the act and give the correction, then you got to hang it up. You got to hang it up. They've got to be able to associate the actual act with the negative or even positive reinforcement. because if they don't, if you wait just a few seconds after the event, they don't know that that's what you mean. They're going to associate whatever's happening at that moment to being what you want or don't like. You know what I mean? So if they're digging, actively digging, and you give them correction, like, hey, stop it, or squirt some water, or whatever you do to do negative correction, don't beat your dog, by the way. At the time that they're doing it, that's the only time they get the message. And then the next part of it is consistency, right? You got to keep doing it every time you see them. But here's the problem. The problem is sometimes your dogs are out there digging when you're at work or whatever. You can't give them the correction, and they don't get the message. And that's where it becomes very challenging to even to teach some things, you know. And that's always my struggle is when I teach my dog something, are they only learning it because I'm here, or are they always learning it? Like I don't want him on the couch. Well, guess what? When I'm around, he's never on the couch. But when I'm not on the couch, what do I see in the cameras? I see him on the couch, right? So now he's associated that as long as dad's not here, I can do whatever I want. So I've got to figure out a way to extend my abilities even when I'm not here. So I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'll figure out something. Chris Crazy says I have a Connie Corso too. Yeah, amazing dogs. But and my dogs, I'm sorry that they're not even doing a whole lot. They're just kind of resting. He's conserving energy because he's trying to beat the system with the vest on. he's like, nah, I'm gonna take it easy until he takes the vest off, and then I'm gonna kick up my dirt. Smart as a friend. Hey, how you doing? He's trying to beat the system. He's like, so if he keeps it up, I might have to walk him with the vest on, so he can get nice and tired. Because the last thing I need is him to go inside. The moment I take the vest off, now all of a sudden he wants to do all the playing, and he wants everybody to pay attention to him. Like, no, dude, I put the vest on you so you can burn in energy while you just playing around. But nah, now he wants to take a nap. Look at that dog. Yeah, he's asleep. Sleep. What are you doing taking a nap in the grass? He's got a cot over there. He's got this bed, which he hates this, y'all. He hates having this. He hates having that on this cot. But he's got all these comfortable areas to chill and relax, and he sleeps in the grass. Let's see. Like bite a little? Oh, I missed your reference, Crystal. What do you mean by bite a little? Because they do nip when you play with them. They nip. And when it comes to nipping, I don't like them nipping too much. Nipping is not the same thing as biting, okay? So when my dog's nipping while we're playing, that's not the same as them biting me, but I don't appreciate that either. So I discourage that behavior. And I usually let them know. You gotta communicate with them. You gotta let them know, look, I'm not. Look, she found a cricket. Y'all, I had to I don't know if you're not new, we have a toy graveyard over here, and the toy graveyard used to be all over here, but I had to pick everything up and put it in a bag because we saw a copperhead and we're on a walk in the back of the neighborhood, and so there are copperheads out here, and I didn't want my dogs to have a surprise in their toy graveyard when they're out trying to get a toy. So I had to bag it up. TTF, do you have to take them out several times a day to run? So TTF, they play with themselves, and that helps out a lot, and with burning energy, because they they entertain each other. So they come out here, they play rough, and they burn a lot of energy just playing rough. That's why I'm really like I don't want to discourage them from all play. You know what I mean? Because a lot of that is them getting exercise. And sometimes they'll run a fence line with the neighbor's dog. My neighbor is not really too keen on them running the fence line like that. So I kind of so that we can keep the peace between each other, I try to discourage my dogs from running the fence line. But they love it, man. They absolutely love sprinting along that fence line. And for me, I'm like, look, hey, that's good free exercise. Look, if your dog and my dog get together and they want to exercise each other, go right ahead. You know what I'm saying? But I think his thought was he has a smaller dog, and that small dog gets in the middle of all that running and tends to, I'm sorry about the wind, guys, and the little dog, I guess, gets trampled on, so he just doesn't like it. And so I try to be helpful with that. Trying to keep the peace with my neighbor. You know what I mean? How do you communicate for them to not nip? So, Crystal, like I said, it's more about like speaking their language, right? So you have to give them negative feedback and or so when it happens, you gotta snap your fingers, pop your, clap your hands or whatever. Are you thirsty? Come, Storm, get some water from your fountain. Come here, Stormy. So I'm trying to get them to, when they feel the urge to drink, to come out and use their fountain. Stormy, come here, get your water, step on it. Use your paw. I know you're thirsty because you just went over there for your water. Come here, baby. Come get your water. Get some water. Step on it. Give your paw. Paw. Put your paw. Give me your paw. You're so close. Give me your paw. Put your paw. No, Rain. Nope. Give me your paw. Give me your paw. Stormy, give me your paw. Good girl. That's good. Now put it on here. Push down. There you go. I'm trying to keep my Cane Corso away because it stops her from doing this, and I want her to be able to learn the lesson. Good girl. That's a good girl. Oh, she just kissed him. Good girl. That's how you get fresh water, baby. I know she don't know what I'm saying, but she does hear the positive reinforcement that I give her for doing it. Good girl. All right, back to the comments. Your dogs are so cute. Thank you, Norma. Dino, 2i. Yo, I'm back. What's up? You're back. But yeah, I'm doing my best. Okay, Rain, you want to try it now? Get your paw. He hates this, y'all, because the reason why is this, he hates his foot getting wet. You can do it, buddy. Here, let me help you out. Get some water. Hey, your feet's not even getting wet this time. Good job, buddy. Good job. Good, big boy. That's a good boy. And there he goes. Guys, I'm going to keep trying. I don't care how long it takes. I'm going to keep trying until they get it. Crystal, this is a guy. He's a boy. He's a boy, and she's a girl. So we didn't want the same sex because sometimes same-sex dogs they get too competitive with each other. So we wanted a boy and a girl. But see, this is what I want. I want him to come out here and do his normal activities with the vest on, so that after the end, when we're done filming and we go inside the house, I want him to lay his body down. Get you a snack, get you some water, and lay down so I can watch TV, because Daddy wants to watch TV. You know what I mean, guys? It's like kids, right? You want your kids to, like, imagine they're every 5 minutes, Daddy, 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 Daddy. I want to get all the energy out of him. So, and my Rottweiler, she's determined, y'all, to find a lizard. She wants that lizard so bad. Oh, guys, that slobber almost got me from way over there, y'all. If you're not aware of this, Cane Corsos can slobber super. I mean, they can slobber tons, y'all. Did you get the boy neutered? Yes, Crystal, we decided, my wife and I both decided that he was having a lot of testosterone frustration, and it was leading to some weird stuff. He was peeing in the house a lot, marking everything. He was getting out of hand, and we just felt like it's better for him to not have all that testosterone running through his system, to kind of calm him down a little bit. And it worked, y'all. I mean, for the most part, he has not peed in the house. It took a little time for it to kind of completely die out. But as it stands today, he does not pee in the house, which is really, really good for us, because I hate coming home smelling pee, or I don't want my house to smell like dog or any of that stuff. You know what I mean, guys? If you have dogs in the house and your house smells like dog, I feel like, ugh. And I don't want my house to smell like dog. Because then you have your friends and family like, man, I like coming to your house. It's a beautiful house, but it stinks in there. You know what I mean? I'm not all about the stanky house. I wish that worked for my cats. I don't know nothing about cats, y'all. I'll try my best not to. My daughter wants a cat so bad, but I'm like, baby, I can't do the cats. I got him neutered about, has it been, I think we got him neutered over the summer. So it's been like 3 or 4 months at this point. And so it literally took about 3 or 4 months for him to finally cool all the rest of it. Maybe he had like some residual testosterone because he was still peeing after we had the procedure. And so if you've watched us long enough, you would probably seen he would be wearing these. My wife's called them panties, but he'd be wearing these belly bands or diapers like systems where it goes around his waist and it cover his little pee pee. And so it prevented him from, and after a while he realized that his pee wasn't getting on things that he wanted it to be on, and he just kind of stopped, and that helped out a lot. And now he's kind of gotten to the point where he's been pretty good with not peeing, and we just we've got a couple left in the house in case he reverts back for whatever reason, but he's been doing really well, well enough for us not to be concerned anymore. Yeah, so that helped out a lot. Yeah, so I do recommend if your dog is peeing in the house and you need to get that kind of stopped, the belly bands go around his waistline and make sure the bottom cotton part is around his private parts. And at first they kind of want to try to get it off of him. They're always trying to rub against things, whatever. But over time they realize that it's gonna be there, so they give up and they get used to it. And it's worked beautiful. It was a good thing for us to do that. And yeah. And it's kind of like I was talking about earlier about you can correct your dog when you're there, but it's hard to do the same when you're not there. So the belly band stays on him even though we were at work or whatever, so he was still getting that constant feedback. I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. So very, very, very happy to have found those belly bands, and they worked great. Crystal, do they ever swim in the pool with you? Yes, they do, but only when they're invited. So that's a boundary I've set with them, because the reason why is because number one is I don't want my dogs to be jumping in the pool just willy-nilly whenever they want to. I want them to ask for permission. And you say, well, why not? There's a big pool there. Let them jump in there. Well, the reason why is because they are dirty sometimes, and they change the chemicals in my pool, making it harder to maintain. It's already a difficult pool to maintain to begin with, just because it's a bio-design pool, but when they jump in it, man, the chemistry's changed a lot. The phosphates go up, and it's really hard to level it out. So I prefer them not to just be in there all the time. And then second of all, when we're in the pool and they jump in, they tend to take over, especially my Rottweiler. She's the swimmer. She loves to swim. My Cane Corso, excuse me, he'll just stand on the ledge. We have a little ledge there where he can just stand there. Let me show you. Look at him, Storm, man. She's still after them lizards, y'all. So yeah, he'll come over here and he'll stand on the ledge, and then he'll see us swimming, so he'll come to this ledge, but he won't just take off. Now this girl here, she will get in there, and if I'm over here on the side of the pool, she will swim straight across the pool right to me. And them claws I was just showing y'all a minute ago? Well, they're not fun whenever your dog is swimming towards you with them claws. And then she follows you around the pool. So it's like Freddy Krueger and on Friday the 13th coming after you. Everywhere you go, everywhere you turn, them claws are just swiping at you because she wants to hang out with you. You're like a little toy target for her. So that's why I was like, you know what? You come in after the family is done swimming, and the last few minutes I'll invite them to come in, and then they can take over. And then everyone else the family's already done their swim for the most part. And then they'll swim for like 10-15 minutes, and I'll let them out. And my other rule is you can't go back and forth. You can't jump out of the pool, get in the grass and waller around and jump back in. Look, once you've done that, once you got out of the pool and you wallowed around in the grass, guess what? You're not getting back in. So you better stay in and enjoy it, or you're not coming back in until next time. So yeah, that's the boundaries I set with my dogs when it comes to the pool. Which I don't mind them having fun. I love my dogs having fun, whether it's swimming or playing or whatever. But you still got to maintain those boundaries. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a bearded dragon today. Does anyone have a name suggestion? Ooh, Draco. Call your bearded dragon Draco. But name it whatever you want. I'm just playing with you. I couldn't get out of the lake, so I bought him a life jacket. So D, yeah, that's a good idea. You know, you want to try to keep your dog. Now, the one thing I do like about this pool, so okay, if you look at the walls, you see how the wall starts here at the top and then ends here. Well, it's that way all around the pool. So really, my dog can get out pretty much anywhere around this pool. And that's one thing we do like about it is the walls are about 45-degree angles. So no matter where you at in this pool, they can literally just claw their way out. See how the bottom's here and the top is here. It's a 45-degree angle. So they literally can almost just climb their way out anywhere along that pool. So I'm not completely scared that they would hurt themselves. You know, it's just I'm more like boundaries and chemistries because chlorine ain't cheap, y'all. So I'm not gonna lie. You know, and trying to keep a pool like this clean is not always the easiest thing ever. Look at that Connie Corso, y'all. Roddy, yeah, D, this is Roddy. And Sencor, oh, that's a good one. I watched you earlier. Oh, the Paul Garcia. Yes, I've seen your name before. Thanks for coming back. Free Diddy. Luciano Santos. Oh, I'm sorry, Luciana Santos. Sorry about that. D, okay, I see that because most people think that all dogs can swim and they can't. Yeah, no, yeah. So for her, I have all confidence in the world. My Rottweiler, I do not care. I mean, you can drop her in the middle of nowhere in the lake or whatever. That girl gonna swim. She is a water fiend. Absolutely loves water. There is no way that I would ever consider her having any trouble in water. This guy, on the other hand, he can swim, but he hates it, y'all. Like like a couple of times he'll be on the ledge here, and you know he's excited because we're over there playing, and he wants to come join. So usually, if he doesn't get out and walk around to where we are, you know he'll get to that ledge and realize he can't pull back, so he's forced to have to keep going. And so he'll be like swimming and moaning and upset because he's having to swim. Then he'll swim all the way back, or he'll swim to the corner and then get out. He does not like to swim, you know. And of course, I'm not going to keep a vest on him. Like anytime my dog has a vest, I'm with them. I'm watching them. He's not going to walk around the house with a vest on and me not watching him. So that's just because those things, that's the very same reason why my dogs don't have collars on their necks. If you notice, my dogs do not have collars. And the reason why is because the collars can get hung on all kinds of stuff out here. And that's how we lost her brother. We lost her brother to a collar accident. So same thing with this vest. I'm not going to take it the chance, you know, this vest can get caught on something, my dog can get hurt. So no, thank you. The Polar says that I've had 10 puppies. Yay. So was my Rottweiler task. He could stay for 24. Yeah, I don't know what. Some Rottweilers just absolutely love water. Let me show you. Let me show you this. Where's the jet? You turn it down? That is a first. Did y'all see that? Oh my gosh. That is a first. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I knew you were joking. Lord knows my dog loves water. Look at that Rottweiler, man. She does not mind just getting completely hosed down. But for some reason today she's acting very strange. It's very peculiar. Very, very peculiar. Now this guy here, he would absolutely hate it if I squirt him right now. He would absolutely hate it. So I'm not going to do it because I'm not trying to make him mad. Oh man, he hates being squirted with water. And I'm using it to my advantage. Out here in Texas, y'all, we got wasps. Look at that wasp nest. Whew. And they were hiding underneath my Aaron deck chairs. Actually, there may be another nest under there. I just saw a wasp come out from underneath there. Let me double check. Oh yeah, they're trying to start another nest over there, aren't they? Yeah, I gotta be careful because I don't want anybody to get stung out here. Um, Crystal asked, when you leash them, they pull you or do they hold the leash closer to you, getting back with the treat? So, Crystal, are you referring to whenever when I walk my dogs and do leash training? So yeah, the leash for me needs to be, so they need to be like here. Like if my dog is that we're walking and here's my leg, I'm not strict on her head being exactly here, but she does need to be right here by me. The moment that she gets this far, like if her front leg or whatever gets too far, I keep the leash loose enough that if she goes farther enough ahead of me, then the leash will get tight. Okay, so that's how loose I have it. She found a lizard. Oh, she got our lizard. Oh, you lost it, girl. You lost it. And so when that leash get tight, of course they're wearing prong collars. That's when I give her a quick little, you know, with a verbal command telling her to come back, and she obeys immediately. She goes back. Sometimes I'll just I don't even give them the negative correction. I just do the verbal command, like, come back, slow down, or whatever. She knows exactly what that means. We've done so many walks that she knows what I mean when I tell her slow down. So that's what I do with the leash. But they're not allowed to be ahead of me, like way out in front. Like if I'm here, my dog is not going to be there. They're going to be right here, one on one side and one on the other. So that's how we roll, yo. That's how we roll, because you got to let your dogs know that you're in control of that walk. Cool dogs. Thank you, Dominda. So sorry for your loss. Yeah, no, D, it's okay. It took me a while to get over that, but that's, whoo. I've gotten super emotional talking about him. DJ KK says, does he play? Of course he does. Right now he's trying to conserve energy because he knows he's got the vest on. Let me see if I can go. Yes, DK, they do swim. I was just talking about how that my Rottweiler loves to swim. Does your dog ever eat a wasp? I don't think so, but I don't want him to get stung. So that's why I was kind of checking underneath the chairs there. That's a lot of wasps. I know. Because that means that's the thing. I would have never guessed that this thing was underneath one of my chairs. So that's why they were there for so long. I just didn't even notice it. You know who noticed it? It was my dog sitter. She noticed it. Like, I guess she saw a wasp fly underneath there, and she looked. And so this big nest right here was underneath this part. It was one underneath the seat part. So I didn't even think to look. You don't think to look of that. Unless the wasps were coming and going. But let me see if I can go get my dogs to play with a toy. Come on, guys, let's go play with a toy. Come on. Let's go find a toy. I think Haas was the one asking me about this ball on the tree thing. And I just can't seem to get them to play with this for some reason. They don't really like it. I mean, occasionally they'll play, but they don't seem to go after it like I want them to. If anybody got any suggestions to make these guys, I'm trying to make it exciting, but look at them. They just they don't really care. They don't even care about this. I really tried, y'all. I tried to get them to do the whole chase after the ball thing. Yeah, come get it. Come get it. He's like, don't hit me in the face with that. Yeah, they don't care. They much rather prefer something like me holding the end of a rope or something like that. Come here, buddy. With this? They're really not in a playful mood right now. Yeah, Crystal, definitely use your walks as a training time. Double up, triple up. Your dog loves to walk. They love to burn energy. So you use that also as an opportunity to let them first of all, get direction from you as the pack leader. You're saying the pack is going in this direction. That means you're going to go with us, or you're going to go with me. And then also use that opportunity to tell them, listen, when I tell you to slow down or come back, then you follow my directions. And I'm telling you, that adds a lot of value to your dog. I love my walks with my dogs. Here's one more tip. So the other thing that I do with my dogs is before they're allowed to walk out of the door, they have to sit down. So in other words, let's say I go through the garage and I open the door. they are seated. I walk out, they stay seated when the door is wide open. And I pretend like I'm doing a perimeter check. I come back and I give them the command to come out. Okay, that's also a training tool, you know what I'm saying? Teaching them to stay indoors until you tell them to walk out. Because the last thing you need is somebody coming who's walking down the street. Your dogs bolt out of the door and go running straight to attack somebody. You know what I'm saying? So before you walk out, teach them to sit down, and they can't budge until you give them the command to walk away, to walk out. That's a huge training thing that you can do before you walk. And then once they're out, I let them kind of settle themselves a little bit. Then once I get to the street level, that's when I command them to get beside me. You know, some people say do the heel, you know, put your dog in the heel. I don't use that command as heel. I've taught her the heel, but I never reinforced it. So I don't use it. And I probably could, you know, go back to using heel position, and it's just a verbal command for them to be beside me, which is cool. But you know, I'm just more like, okay, stay beside me, don't get ahead of me, or else you'll get a verbal command, or you'll get a little tug on the leash or whatever. But yeah, definitely use your walks as a means of training. And then if you have a big dog and you're kind of a smaller person, I would recommend to go ahead and have those treats beside you for a couple reasons. You know, to kind of reinforce them coming back. If they're pulling you and you want them to come back, every time they come back the right way, you just give them a partial treat so that they can associate coming back to you as positive. You know what I mean? And then the last reason I would have treats with me, I've never really done this, but some people say that you can use a treat bomb for, like, if you have another dog that's approaching you that's off leash, or, you know, trying to attack you and your dog. You just take your treats and you throw a treat bomb out there. And so the hope being that the dog that's coming towards you or trying to attack you gets distracted by the treat bomb and starts eating that, and then it gives you an opportunity to escape. So the treat bomb thing, I've heard about it, never really needed to use it. For me, it's more about, I use the prong collars, and you know, I did have a little bit of an interaction with my neighbor who he had his little dog come out, which you know, it was okay. You know, nobody was hurt, but he had this little frou-frou dog. And here's the thing: when you have big dogs like this, guys, for some reason, the little puppies always want to challenge your dog. Like, these little bitty things always are trying to figure out, oh my God, I gotta go let this big old Cane Corso and this big old Rottweiler know that I'm the boss here. And I'm like, you don't understand. My dogs can break your neck in like less than a second, but they always do that. And that's why I'm always concerned about, like, and I post on my neighbor's Facebook page. Listen, guys, I love y'all having dogs. I love y'all dog and everything. But let me tell you something. When me and my dogs are walking down the street, we're on public property. My dogs are on a leash with a prong collar. They're following my commands. But when your dog comes to the street barking and want to challenge my dog, I can't necessarily stop them from biting your dog and killing your dog. So before you demonize me and my dogs, understand that your dog ran into the street challenging the biggest dogs in the community. Okay? And if I'm able to pull my dogs off, because when that prey drive kicks in, these dogs, I mean, you can do your best, but, you know, sometimes you just can't even at the well-trained dog, you know, some dogs just won't let that go. You know, and I try. Don't get me wrong, guys. I really try my best. I do a lot of training with him specifically, like whenever, because I use my neighbors as kind of a training. So when my neighbors let their dog out, they want nothing more but then just to go over there and play with them and run the fence line. So sometimes I try to stop them midway and call them back. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not successful. But that's just me trying to build that ability to stop whenever that prey drive kicks in. But here's the deal. If your little yap yap dog is challenging my dog in the middle of the street and I can't do that, and they're not in the mood for listening to me, and the prong collars aren't working, and maybe I didn't have my carbs today because I'm trying to lose some weight or whatever, and I'm not the strongest, I can't guarantee. So I post on the Facebook page, hey, listen, guys, just want you to know, please, if you have your little dog off leash in the front yard, please secure them, put them on leash or put them in the backyard, whatever. Because I get it, we're out in the country, and I get most times you don't see anybody. But here's the deal: the one time accidents happen very quickly. Nobody gets a huge warning when an accident's about to happen. So you have to be vigilant about, uh, you know, basically doing the pre-work for it. What is the word? What is the word I'm looking for, guys? Um, hey, Dog Life, how are you? Preventive. You got to do the preventative stuff. And so, anyways, I am very I try to put that word out for people. Now, unfortunately, that neighbor got offended and was thinking that I was like outing them, and now the community is going to hate them. And I'm like, listen, first of all, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Please don't come at me because I'm trying to put out a public service announcement. But that's true for any of these. There's other neighbors in this community that have big dogs that try to walk their dogs. They don't need your little yap dog. Leave your property, go in the street, and try to challenge them. Please be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Put your dog on the leash. I don't ever have my dogs in the front yard without a fence and no leash. Never. Well, I'll take that back. I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe for a brief minute from the garage inside the truck because we're getting ready to go somewhere. That's probably the only time I've ever probably had them in the front yard off leash is whenever they were and usually they are direct. It's like from the garage right into the back seat because they're ready to go for that ride. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I know that sounds like a soapbox rant, but I'm just telling you how it is. You got to be aware with these big dogs. Good. Yeah, I'm great, Dog Life. I hear, is it mean that I read your comment correct? Are you trying to go live yourself? Yes, I did, Dream, and I saw your recipe. Actually, I'm probably going to go back and just kind of screenshot it, because once I know that there's some ideas on ratios on what to feed raw. Because since we are new to it, we probably need to gather as much information as we can. But I think some people are saying having like only 10% bone, 10%. What was it? 10% bone and 10% something else, and the rest of it, just meat, whatever. Hey, big boy. Look at that face, y'all. Is he sleeping? Is he asleep, y'all? This guy is a snorer, by the way. He snores. Oh, man, the guy snores. Watch this, guys. I'm going to walk away, and he's not even going to crave that attention. Look at that. And he looks at me like, oh, what are you talking about? He made his... What? Well, I've been wrong a lot today, y'all. Look at that. He's actually asking for me to rub him. Normally, he would have just sat there and just went back to sleep. But for some reason today, he actually does want the love. So I'll give him the love. I'll give you what you want, buddy. Which is unusual, but okay. Actually, my Rottweiler has surprised me. I tried to predict that she would love the chase after the water, and she looked at me like I was crazy. So I think today's episode should be about breaking the norms. When Daddy thinks he knows us, he doesn't know us. And we're here to prove it. So you were trying to go live, Dog Life? You kept messing up my live. I gotta go. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Keep working with it, Dog's Life. Keep working with it. I stay away from the bones. Me personally, I can't get past the benefit to risk ratio. So Dreaming, my I know my wife has always been adamant about not giving my dogs chicken bones. I guess the idea, and I don't know if that's still like applicable now, but not. But the idea being, I guess the chicken bones can become like little splinters and can dislodge into their GI system. So I don't know if maybe we should take the chicken. I've seen people go ahead and give them, the raw chicken bones with their food, and but I don't know. I'm a little bit on the fence. I'm gonna try to keep doing some research to make sure that's okay. I do know like the chicken feet. People put chicken feet in there, and that's good for them. Dog Life, that's a vest. He's been really overactive and wanting to play a lot, so I put the vest on him to kind of give him an extra challenge and kind of wear him out a little more. Yeah, keep going at it, Dog Life. Colby, PP review, please. What do you mean, Colby? PP review, please. I'm not sure what that means. Blake, my dog killed 4 groundhogs. He's a good boy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Blake. Ooh. Here's the deal. We have gophers out here all the time, right? And I kind of wish that my dogs would kill the gophers, but here's what happens. Oh, my battery's about to die, guys. I might have to close down the shop pretty soon because my battery's going to die on me. So hopefully I'll get this last little bit out. But what happens invariably is my dogs will hear the gophers in the yard and they'll dig massive holes because this soil out here is sandy soil. So they can dig probably 10 feet if they wanted to because it's just sand. You can probably see it from here, sandy soil. But the thing of it is they never kill the gopher. So now I've got these big massive holes, manholes all over my yard. So I try to discourage them from digging and going after the gophers here. Technically the uncooked bones are safe for them, but like you said, can splinter and they might just not chew one enough and it can be lodged. It's a risk for small bit. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so I'm on the, so that still is, you know, I'll double check that dreaming to make sure that that's the case so that, you know, again, I'm not trying to like give my dogs a good thing and then mess it up because the last thing I need is for them to be in vet for, you know, for gastric perforation for whatever reason. I'm not interested in all that. Fernandez, what's going on? Kobe, yay. You babysit a Dalmatian and it kid my 5 mice. Oh, look, if your dog can perform an extermination for you, hey, kudos, give that dog some love. Give him some treats for that. Because my dogs, they do not kill gophers, and I have plenty of them. They'll make it harder for me trying to kill the gopher by making these big manholes in my yard. so no thanks. Don't try to kill the gophers, dogs. Just y'all be happy, play, and go take a nap. That's all I care about. I'll take care of the gophers myself because y'all are just terrible. But guys, I do appreciate all your love and for your support. Thank y'all for tuning in with us, and thank y'all for the 77 thumbs up. That is awesome. So thank y'all so much for coming in. I think we had at least 3 subscribers today. So thank y'all so much for subscribing. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for holding it down. If you are like a person that's you know, this is your second time or third time coming back, or even multiple times coming back, thank you for sticking it out with us. We're trying our best to make this interesting. We try our best to put out good information, and I think a lot of value is not necessarily everything I say, but a lot of time is what other people bring to the conversation. Like, I really appreciate everything that Dreamin was talking about. I love the conversation with everybody, and thank y'all so much for hanging with us. He had got a huge bone. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And y'all, if give Dog Life some love, everybody. She's been working to try to get her channel off the ground. So if y'all have a moment, give her some love. I was hoping that Paul Z was going to come on today, but we missed him. I wanted to give him the news. But I'll come back again. Maybe I'm gonna try to stream. Ooh, did I miss a lot of comments? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to come on live tomorrow afternoon, probably after 7 or 8, just to let y'all know how it went. Maybe I'm gonna try to show you what the butcher gives me for free, guys. So and I'll let you know if it's worth it, because you know, if it's a good thing, I wouldn't mind sharing, because Paul was the one that alerted me to even the concept. So if it pans out okay, and I come back with some good stuff for my dogs, I will let you know, and then you guys can do the same. Hopefully, just go to your local butcher, buy a steak or 2, and then get the raw food for your dogs. So, and hopefully that'll help tackle that. How much are we spending? $400 a month on food for our dogs? Hopefully that'll start chipping down that bill. No, not 400. I'm sorry, that's too much. That's not what we're spending. 90 is 200, about 250 or so, I think, is what we're spending a month. $250 to $300 a month on food and the treats. So maybe it's comfortably $300 a month we're probably spending on food and treats and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So Dog Life, I'm going to the butcher tomorrow. So hopefully if y'all around, if not, I'll try to make a short video out of it. So that way, if you're not able to come to the live stream, you can kind of maybe just come and watch the short to see how it went. And if you guys, if it turns out good and you want to do the same for your dog, there you go. There's some blueprint for you to follow. Get your dog some good healthy food and doesn't cost you anything, or minimal. It's a nominal fee. So again, thank y'all for hanging out with us. Thank y'all for the 81 thumbs up at this point. So thank y'all for the 81 thumbs ups. Thank y'all for all the subs that y'all gave us. And we appreciate everybody. And I will go charge my phone before it dies on me. Jonah V, thank you so much. I had to go, but here's both my dogs. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Catch y'all next time. Bye. Yes, hi Xavier. I do remember you, but I gotta go. Y'all have a good afternoon. Have a good day.